Agile project management is a different. How it happened with me. When I joined my present organization, that's IBM, I was given a project to manage 4 packages of a data center. Okay, this is Asia's largest data center, and I was given 4 packages to me. I was not a project manager overall, I was just subordinate. I worked hard day and night and finished up my work in 3 months or so. And just I came back, I was withdrawn. So I was quite happy. I got some award also because I completed my work before time, etc. So I was quite happy, and I was given another project as a national project manager for this type of project, which was basically a government project. I had to connect up 700 offices, government offices, and this is basically a CBDT project. So this is a $15 million project I was given. I came, I made my own charts, etc., schedules, bar chart, and all these things, and told my guys that let's go and do it. So my company processes are very different, peculiar. So what I did, I had a PO raised an excess quantity, well known to my management, and I had a control of this. So execution, I didn't have much problem. Customers' requirements keep changing. I keep putting the figures more, multiply, just simply multiply. This is frozen. I handle this change. So within a short time, okay, this was established. This was come to a very stable stage. Internal, external control by ownership. Now the controls were the problem. Now the ownership this was delegated to the all respective people in the field. That this change, right? I have taken the responsibility of controlling the say PO to my vendor. I have taken, say, I have to do a work, say, of 100 nodes. I have just given an example. I have taken a PO for 1,000 nodes. Now the control is must. I can misuse it, okay, and it can be a very wrong thing to do. So these controls were done very meticulously, and the people in the field, and we had our internal checks, okay, so that it doesn't get misused and somebody doesn't take undue advantage of it. So these controls were also established in place, and everything was happening with the knowledge of my upline. It was not, and it is being done for the first time. For information, it's not being done earlier. So this was all. The scheme was given. These are the changes will take place, and how I am going to handle it, and how I am going to maintain we are going to comply the compliance. We can't violate our own internal rules. So this is what is our ownership and controls were established. Constant discipline and communication as backbone. Like Raya said, that communication is very important. See, we used to have a call. Initially we had every day we used to have a call for 1 to 1.5 hours from different people. And then slowly it became alternate day, or after 3 days we used to have a call. This is a call, internal team. Call with the vendor. Call with the customer. We won't have a call with the customer, we will have a meeting with the customer. And that review and the communication, like the review. The review levels were also defined, how you will do the review. So this way the communication was tackled. Adaptability to change for entire stakeholders. Yes, this is very important for us, and I faced a lot of problem with my upline. Okay, they were not ready to change. They were having a conventional method of doing the project. They says that how can you get this excess done? It's not possible. You can't ask. So then what we had a change in our cost case. We went for addition with a kind of customer's approval that these are the expectations. So this is what adaptability was. They were given a logic. They were given the justifications. Okay, and these changes were put into place and the people were made. Yeah.
I want to understand two things. First, you said that you gave access PO to your vendors. That is very much possible.
No. This is an access PO to our vendor. This is a PO, but not execution form. In the PO itself, it is mentioned. This is a PO is given, but mentioned that the exact quantity will be confirmed by project manager.
As and when delivered.
As an open PO.
Yes, it is a kind of open PO. It's not a PO you go and execute. And moreover, he takes a sign off from me. I told him to do 100 jobs. Out of 100 jobs, he has got a sign off from me for 2. He will claim 2 only. He can't claim.
This is a very intelligent decision in fact. That it means your rates are agreed and you gave him some forecasting that you may have this much of business.
Correct.
Okay, then this adaptability to change. Your subcontractor can come back to you and he can ask that my business plan is not matching because you gave me forecast that I'll have some 200 sites. But now, because your customer decreased his requirement, now I have only 150 sites. Now you increase my price.
In fact, it happened. It happened with me. It happened with me in my next project. Okay, so it happens. You can't help it all. Our requirement has changed. What to do? You have to bear with me. Because my customer has also changed his requirement. He has scaled down. What do we do? I can't. I'll quote an example in my next case.
But subcon was willing to work with in this kind of scenario.
Okay, fine. So this is what is a change. Okay. Next comes the. I think anybody has got a question. I have just put on the focus on the changes part and how the changes have been handled in line with the agile project management. Anybody has got any query?
I have a question. As you said that the cost varied like and you have got approval from the client to add certain cost in there. So it means it will be a time and labor or it was a fixed price. Because when we have a fixed price project, cost model is already in place and then if we have keep on changes in the requirement, that is I think more challenging as compared to the time and labor.
No.
We need to budget.
No, sure, I got your point. It is like the deliverables are fixed. You are knowing that this is I'll just give you these are deliverables, you can say. 240 users, notes. These are the notes. Notes prices were fixed. Okay. In the notes, when you go and put the notes, you have got a fiber, you have got a copper, you have got infrastructure requirements, you have to have an AC in that, you have to have a UPS in that, all of the
Unit price is fixed.
unit price is fixed.
But we have like a resource pricing also here when we talk about the price. And if I say we have like 200 users and later our client come up and says that now I have like 300 users. And then when we say 300,
100. You see, I say that locations A1, B1. These are sometimes a very remote location.
right?
Cost is more. So the rate is different. Yeah, but rate
That's what I'm
charts.
saying. If we have a fixed price,
Yeah.
the cost model is already in place, and we have certain requirement, then probably if client will keep on changing requirement, it will hit us. Because we agreed with client that we will deliver you these deliverables within this budget, right? But the challenge then will be that if we allow client too much of flexibility in changing requirement, as you mentioned that customer satisfaction, then our cost model is going to be very consistent.
Yeah, I think in this one point what I understood from earlier presentation is that customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So I think it is good to have fixed price contract, but if there is a need to adjust or change yourself, you need to look into that whether this fixed price contract is valid or you need to do something on that.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
I'll take it in this way that the requirements and the price were earlier not finalized. It was a kind of, this is the project, $15 million given to you please do. We said fine, $15 million can be $10 million, my dear customer. Okay, so we'll go in the model of rate, we will take the rates. And wherever there has been some extra work, unknown, unforeseen, there we negotiate. We'll negotiate the price, we'll give you the price, we'll give you the cost breakup, and we'll finish the price. And the requirement, this is he says that, my dear friend, my dear IBM, you cannot stop the work towards the till the time price is frozen. But I'll give you some kind of intent. Okay, but that's all. That's enough for us. And we know the customer, and customer knows us, so we didn't have any such problem.
So you might have planned about the quantization of these things in advance.
Yes.
So that you can quote some price for a unit.
Yeah, this is
And that
normal.
unit, what are the basic things which are included in this particular kind of unit? Like the equipments, the labor resources, and
Everything. Your bill of material is there. Services are there. Okay, and that's all.